When I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia.
He was going through the motions, Bert was only 22. Class clown, needs a cap and gown, he's finally done with school. He had to kick into gear, wasn't pursuing a career. Dad's mad that he ain't a grad after 7 years. Started feeling bad for the time that he neglected. Said, let's finish off these classes, let me sign up for electives. He picked a foreign language, maybe something he could manage. He really loved some tacos, so he thought he'd go with Spanish. He went to 3 classes, guess he might have a concussion. The words he thought were Spanish on the board were really Russian. When he finally went to leave, the teacher stopped him in his tracks. Said, in order to go on with school, I need you in this class. There wasn't many students, so because he couldn't leave, she kept him in her class for 2 years and she promised him a C. After 4 semesters where he hasn't learned a lick, the teacher tells him that the class is off to Russia for a trip. Reluctant at the thought because he doesn't know a word, she assures him that he'll earn himself a minor in return. It was 1995, the mob had everything on lock. The teachers had to pay off 2 of them for safety on the block. The class was told about them and did not exchange a word. But Bert had different plans, he had 2 friends to go and earn. Bought a bottle of vodka and a 6-pack of beers. Never been more excited to go and hang with Vladimir. He had a sentence memorized in Russian as a joke, but as the door opened up, he locked up and he choked. The sight of real gangsters for the first time was a lot. They were smoking cigarettes, rocking tats and sleeveless tops. His mind went blank, his thoughts out of control. The gangster said, "Stole." What that meant he didn't know. They locked up in a stare, his eyes looking mean. Bert panicked, looked and said, "I am the machine." The gangster's jaw dropped. What he heard he didn't believe. He told him to repeat it, then he grabbed her by the sleeve. They walked into a room, now there's 9 more Russians round. Gangster told them all to stop so they wouldn't make a sound. Told Bert to repeat himself, to tell them what he said. So he yells, "I am the machine," now with confidence again. The room exchanges glances through the smoke of the cigar. They shrugged, looked at Bert and said to him, "Yes, you are." He earned all their respect that night, to him it meant a lot. Though the only reason for it is he kept them shot for shot. The main thug's name was Igor, he and Bert went through a lot. The 2 got into scams and they even stole a yacht. One day the class had planned a trip to Moscow on the train. This was happy news for Bert, but he learned Igor had to stay. He told him that a different mob is running in that town, but that when the class arrived there'd be 2 more on the ground. Sure enough, the train pulls into Moscow with the class. Igor introduces Bert to the gangsters in the past. "This is the machine, make sure that you treat him proper. The 3 of you will hit it off, just bond over some vodka." The 2 of them excited look at Bert and grab his arm. They take him back to first class with them to hit the bar. Before they hit the bar, the train conductor called them back. He had a gift for the machine, stars and stripes off of his patch. Bert was now in awe, didn't know how to react. Figured maybe now the story is too big to turn his back. All 3 head back to the bar, no one knowing what was next. Igor told Bert in Russian to go grab a loaf of bread. Somehow he understood him, so he went to fetch the loaf. When he got behind the bar, he thought it was a joke. Igor told him now to go and grab the cheese and wine. Bert was finally learning Russian, so he understood him fine. Proud of his accomplishments, Bert asked him what was next. Igor told him with a smile to grab the money and the checks. It was finally clear to Bert why they were hanging with his ass. The mob and him were on this cart to rob it of the cash. Returning minutes later to their cabin in first class, a chaperone approached them, kicked the door open with sass. She heard about what happened from the words out of their peers. She told them, "All this shit is over, Bert, get over here." The second that he stood up, Igor took a sip of booze. He got up into her face, he smiled, then he blew. Then in a second flat, before she could react, he said, "Nobody talks to the machine like that." Slammed the door, Bert couldn't believe what happened. Igor said, "This is Russia, Bert, fuck that." They suggested they relax, sip a bit of wine, said, "When it gets dark, we're gonna have a good time." A hand pulls out his pocket, ring a key swing from a chain. Looked Bert eye to eye and said, "Let's rob this fucking train." While Bert's class was sleeping, they started on them first. They ravaged all the cash and the items in a purse. They made their way around the train and looted every locker. Then they sat around till 6 a.m. and drank all of the vodka. The train finally stopped and it opened up its doors. Didn't believe they were seeing the teacher from the night before. The smile on her face made all of them really nervous. She was happy she could tell them the police had been alerted. The entire class was standing there all talking with the cops. Bert was hardly moving, he had panic in his thoughts. Igor told Bert not to worry, that he's got it. Walks up to the cops with some vodka in his pocket. Big steps headed with his eyes on his target. Whips out a cigarette quick, then he sparks it. The cop's eyes down while his statement's written out. Igor grabs him by the arm, says, "Fuck you in the mouth." Cop stares at Bert and in Russian commands him over. He was drinking all night, but right now he's feeling sober. As he finally approaches nearly 5 feet away, the cop steps forward now to meet him at his face. He grabbed her by the arm and turned him the other way. A smile on his face, guess there's something he should say. "Sorry for the yelling, but it's part of the routine. I know you like the party, I hear you're the machine." Bert's mind race, his words start to mumble.
After what we did, am I really not in trouble?
The cop looked and said, we don't care what happened. This is Russia, Bert, so fuck that bitch. This is Russia, Bert, fuck that bitch. Feels like I'm living a dream, doing all the things you only see on the screen. I guess the shit's in my jeans, catch me raking in the green like a money machine. Feels like I'm living a dream, doing all the things you only see on the screen. I guess the shit's in my jeans, catch me raking in the green like a money machine. Feels like I'm living a dream. Feels like I'm living a dream, doing all the things you only see on the screen. Feels like I'm living a dream. Feels like I'm living a dream.